That was a really fun one. The Knicks and the Jazz, ESPN. The Jazz get a nice win. It's the Hoops Nerd postgame show. Let's just get into this. The New York Knicks come into this one, and they've been struggling. They are losing more than they are winning lately. They had that pretty nice start to the season. The Bing Bong has become a little more just wah wah. But there's still guys on this team that I like, and I don't know if it's a matter of switching it up. I don't know if it's a coaching issue. I don't know what the deal is, because there's like toughness to this Knicks team. There's things to like, and they just kind of fizzle out. They don't seem to know how to handle things. They're really, really missing like an elite point guard. Honestly, if this team could get anyone from, like, if the Knicks made a trade with the Jazz, the guy they'd probably want is Mike Conley, to be able to kind of set these guys up and be that playmaker, because they just don't have that guy. You know, you can put the ball in Julius Randle's hands and he can be like a secondary playmaker, really nice. I love Julius Randle, by the way. He can move that ball, but when he's your primary guy and you have someone that's able to kind of stand up and not let him just bully his way to the rim, it gets really tough. That said, and let's pull this up. Let's just get into this. That said, Julius Randle had a monster night. Tonight, Julius Randle was, 10 for 20 from the field, 50%. He had a 50-40. He was 8 for 12 from the free throw line, 30 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Just bonkers numbers from Julius Randle. Unbelievable. So you just got to give credit to Julius Randle, how amazing he was. And if you're a Knicks fan, you got to be a little sick. Like, how are they not winning this game? They had like a 10-point lead going into like the fourth quarter, whatever it was. I can't remember exactly, but they were just, dominating in a lot of ways. Mitchell Robinson, to start this game, really took it to Udoka Azubuike, who is starting for Rudy Gobert, who's out, and he did fantastic. Guys, I don't know, the chat's not going live, so I can't see anything. It's not showing me anything. So that's a bummer. Usually we have that chat going, and I don't know why it's not. Real bummer. But anyways, Mitchell Robinson was dominant in this one. He is huge, and he just plays really well. And tonight he was, 8 for 11 from the field, 3 for 6 from the free throw line. 2 big missed free throws at the end there. 21 rebounds, 19 points, just massive numbers. 10 offensive rebounds. He was just an absolute beast inside for the Knicks, and they just don't get the win. Evan Fournier had a nice night, actually, shooting the ball, 16 points. He was a +7. And Alec Burks as well, although Alec Burks was a +8. That might have been more of just being on the floor with Mitchell Robinson, who was absolutely a beast. All right, there we go. The chat's up, guys. Yes, so you know what? I think if you're a Knicks fan, you're hoping for Emmanuel quickly to kind of figure it out. He had some real nice promise tonight. Wasn't great, -20 when he was in the game. 2 for 9 from the field, 1 for 5 from 3. He did have, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, so that's something. But they just don't have that guy. And I was interested to see Cam Reddish got some minutes for the Knicks tonight. I know he got traded to the Knicks and promptly never played, which is bizarre. But tonight, 1 for 4. He had a nice little stint right when he came in, and then it just was pulled. So 6 points for him. He was 4 for 4 from the free throw line. I actually liked what I saw, but -21 in 15 minutes. The Jazz went on a monster run there. So anyways, if you're a Knicks fan, I apologize. I root for the Knicks. They're my second favorite team. My grandpa was a Knicks fan, actually. Growing up, my grandpa was Patrick Ewing fan, Anthony Mason and all those guys, and I root for them. But they just can't ever seem to quite figure it out. And so I'm rooting for you guys. And RJ Barrett, rough night shooting, 8 for 25, 1 for 7 from 3. If RJ Barrett has a good night, the Knicks probably win this game. So they really need RJ Barrett to figure it out, and they really need a point guard. They just do. I don't know what it's going to take. Maybe, RJ Barrett for why can't I think of his name? For Mike Conley? I don't know. Maybe something to think about. Would you do it if you're a Knicks fan? Would you do it? The young prospect for the old vet? I don't know. Probably not if I'm a Knicks fan. If I'm a Jazz fan, I don't know if I do it either. I think both people say no in that trade. Anyways, let's talk about the Jazz. 3 games in a row. Another nice win. Donovan Mitchell 2 nights in a row just looking like the absolute beast that he is. I have to say, so the concussion protocols, that got a little scary for the Jazz because you didn't know what was going to happen. Sometimes concussions can be really scary, and you don't know when a player's going to be back. Donovan actually goes and gets a second opinion from a specialist in, I think it was New York, comes back and he's playing and he looks just incredible. And I think one thing, obviously concussions are bad, really bad. And this is like the second one for Donovan actually within like a year's span. So that's a little scary to get 2 that close together. It's just, 2 in general is bad. But one, if there is a silver lining, it's the fact that his back was hurting before and you could tell, and he looks completely healthy. If that windmill at the end of the game didn't show how good Donovan Mitchell likely feels right now, I don't know what will. Let's see. So Donovan Mitchell tonight, he's the main story for the Utah Jazz. Just fantastic and just shows what he does. And I think, people used to give a lot of rag on Donovan for these 26 shots. You know what? It's time for us to start praising Donovan Mitchell for shots like this, because what he's doing is he's taking the load of the offense on his shoulders. This is not easy to do. And then to shoot 50% from the field, carrying that offense, he had 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Easy. This guy is playing out of his mind. He is the leader of this team, and he's showing that the Jazz can get wins with Rudy Gobert out, which is a nice thing to see. Donovan Mitchell comes back and just does incredible things. And so it's just nice to see Donovan Mitchell come in, play so well. He looks healthy. He looks energized. It's really nice to see. Obviously, the 3-point shot wasn't falling tonight. Otherwise, it would have been even bigger win at the end of the game. But Donovan Mitchell he's a superstar. 35 minutes, 13 for 26. That's what stars do. Absolutely fantastic. Mike Conley, we mentioned Mike Conley tonight, struggled from the field, 5 for 17. He really struggled to shoot the ball, but he did have 7 assists and he was a plus 16. So it's crazy how he can have a kind of a rough shooting night, but it proves that not everything is just shooting the ball. 7 assists and just kind of being that calm Mike Conley who just brings that calm when he's in the game. The right shot is going to happen. For whatever reason, both Donovan Mitchell and identical shots from 3. Both of them shoot 20%. Between Mike and Don, they go 4 for 20 from 3, and they still get the win. So that's nice to see. But anyways, have I praised Donovan Mitchell enough? Guys, have I praised him enough? Let me know, because I don't know if I've praised Donovan Mitchell enough. We need to give praises to Donovan Mitchell because he deserves them. He was phenomenal tonight. Can I just give one of my favorite stories from this game? Udoka Azubuike. Udoka the Doke came in, and by the way, he had a rough start in the beginning of the game. You know what I would say is when you're going up against someone like Mitchell Robinson, who is a full-grown 7-foot man who is coming out and putting out numbers like this, it's got to be a little jarring. Doke came out, and I think Mitchell Robinson just took it to him, and it took a little bit for Doke to acclimate. When you go up against and you get punched in the mouth, you kind of find out about someone. And what we found out with Doke is that after that first quarter, he started making plays, and he played hard. And one thing that I love about Doke, and I think we are kind of looking at the rise of Doke, is that he comes out and he plays hard and he cares. Hassan Whiteside has his moments where it's fun to watch and he does good things. The body language is not good tonight, guys. He's actively complaining on certain plays, not putting in effort like you would hope, and it's not been great. And what's really nice is when Doke comes in and plays his heart out. Playing hard is a talent, It's just some guys just have that, and he has it, and he comes out and he cares. He really cares. And that's what you want. You want someone who goes out and absolutely cares. And I loved it. It was really fun. And there was a moment there where Hassan Whiteside, he got another foul near the end of the game. It was not a good one. And with 6-7 minutes left, Doak comes in, and it's like moment of truth time. Moment of truth for Doak. And Doak came in, and he fought, baby. He fought, and he made plays. He had blocks. Tonight, the numbers back it up. 14 rebounds for the Doak. Big Doak energy, baby. 3 blocks. Let's watch him. Let's give Doak his credit. And I don't care if we get demonetized. We're doing it for Doak. Do it for Doak. Look at that block. That was a lob that he stopped. That's a big play for the Doak. Coming out there just battling, tapping shots. And then here we go in the pick and roll. Look, he can play drop coverage. He can play back. Oh, the block on R.J. Barrett, contributing to his poor percentage at the end of the game. Fantastic. And then right here, more drop coverage in the pick and roll. Look at him back up, maneuvering, and gets the lob block. This man can make plays. This man deserves minutes. This man deserves the backup role for the Utah Jazz. That's what Doak gets. That's what Doak earned. Hello, customer service. I would like to make a complaint or just a general observation. Utah Jazz social media team, Utah Jazz media, all those that speak their opinions based off of what the Utah Jazz media tells them to think. I would just like to make it known that Doak has broken all your narratives. Doak broke them. Doak broke. You're all broke from Doak breaking your narratives, changing what you have to say, because no one could say a bad thing about him in that after the first quarter. And look, guess what? They all of them loaded up their tweets. All of them. Every single one. I saw them. And guess what? They disappeared with a flash. Because Doak came in and earned that backup spot. I love it. Robert Hall, $2. KO Doak. Don't slow on Doak. Don't slug on Doak. Don't sleep on Doak, baby. Everyone in. Give Doak some love in the chat. I want to see more Doak love in the chat. All right? Doak. And we've given Doak a hard time. He's had to overcome all of our tweets about Desmond Bane. Doak has had to overcome it. And guess what? In one night, I think he did. In one night, we saw Doak do what he does. And that is be big and athletic and have a really nice nickname. That's just like, there's nothing like it. It's fantastic. I was so proud of Doak. How many of you were proud of Doak? Because I know I was. I was watching and I was rooting for him. And when he made that play at the end, by the way, probably my favorite was I don't want to look at it. I'm just going to talk about it. Is the assist from Mike Conley to Doak. Mike Conley throws Doak the ball around free throw line. Let's go see. I don't even care. Let's go look. It was a big time play and it got me out of my chair. You know when you're just sitting like a lazy fat guy like I am? And look, I think it's right here. Let's see. Oh no, that was an easy one. Let's see. Assist Conley. Conley was loving Doak tonight, baby. All these assists. Look at this. Oh, what was that? Oh no, these were Conley's assists. I'm all confused. All right, here's Doak with Conley. Maybe this is it. Yes. No, it wasn't. It was a different one. Let's see. Clarkson, Azubuike. Oh, it's this one. This was the play. All right, watch this. Watch how high Doak gets the ball. Free throw line, catches it. Boom! Yeah! This is what you want. These are the hands. He caught the ball. Watch this. Catches it. 1, 2, bam. Finishes. Boom. Should have been an and 1, 2. But refs are dumb. Refs are unintelligent. NBA refs are crooked. That's what they are. Ezekiel Recibe, $2 Australian currency. Doak. I love it. It's a Doak party tonight. Wow. All right, let's give a shout out to Jordan Clarkson, who had a nice night. Plus 18 for Jordan Clarkson. And we're going to give him his flowers when he does well. Jordan Clarkson tonight, 50% from the field, 3 for 9, and he had some nice plays. By the way, he saved our guy Jared Butler, who had a bad turnover. This makes me mad, but we'll just get over it. But anyways, Jordan Clarkson gets that steal that was just it made me happy. I don't know. I just I don't know. I love Jordan Clarkson. I think he's going to get moved at trade deadline, but if you know what, if he does, we can at least appreciate what we've had with Jordan Clarkson, which was been a really fun couple years. It's been a lot of fun. 2-3 years of just fantastic basketball. Maybe he'll be on the team after the trade deadline. I don't know, but we shall see. My guess is probably not. Eric Paschall was major reason the Jazz won this game, guys. Eric Paschall was a major reason the Jazz won this game. Why? Because Bojan Bogdanovic, I knew it was. I didn't even have to look. Minus 12. Minus 12. It was bad, guys. You know why you know who was frustrated with Eric Paschall? Julius Randle. Julius Randle was absolutely abusing Bojan Bogdanovic in this game. Absolutely just destroying him. And Bojan could not, he, I guess, had a pretty decent from the field, but couldn't shoot the three. He hurt his finger at the end on that dunk, which really stinks. He had the free throws. It's interesting. He had 20 points and he was a minus 12 because Julius Randle just absolutely took it to Bojan. Unbelievable. And then you know what happened? Eric freaking Paschall comes in, plus 21, team leading plus 21, because he absolutely came in and he said, no more. No. 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 Julius Randle. No. No. That's what Eric Paschall said. Oh, this show is so stupid. No. That's what Eric Paschall came in and said. And guess what? He was 2 for 4 from the field, efficient. He was 1 for 3 from 3. Remember that 33% from 3 is the equivalent of 50% from the field. So he was completely efficient. And then when you consider the defense that he played, plus 21. Plus 21. You think defense doesn't matter? Guess what? When you can bring in someone like Eric Paschall and he can say no to Julius Randle, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. And it was awesome. Absolutely, Eric Paschall was a massive reason the Jazz won this game. And I'll be honest, I don't know if Eric Paschall isn't a better player at this point than Bojan. Just putting that out there. If we consider overall games and all the things they bring, and then when you consider the fact, let's look at this. You want to see something that's going to blow your mind? Let's blow our minds right now. Let's blow our minds. What's Eric Paschall shooting from 3 this season? 38.8%. 38.8. That's nice. That's nice. 49% from the field. 38% from 3. Fantastic. Plus minus 0.4. I don't know. We could dig deep, but yeah, we're not going to do this. But what we are going to do is just talk about how good Eric Paschall is. And he's been phenomenal. He's been phenomenal. What an absolute monster pickup for the Jazz. And now they have him on the team. They should absolutely make Eric Paschall a big part of the future because he's phenomenal. He's fantastic. He is awesome. I cannot say enough about how good he was tonight. It was amazing. Trent Forrest got a lot of minutes tonight, 20 minutes. I thought that he had his moments, but overall I think it was fine. I think he is definitely someone, though, that you can trust to be on the floor, and you can see why Quinn has played him. Although I think there are times where you also see Jared Butler, and you're like, man, I would love to see this guy get a little bit of time. So I don't know. I think, honestly, I think this trade deadline, I think they 100% are going to move Joe Ingles' contract to kind of use that salary so they can keep that salary on the books since the Jazz are over the cap. And then I think that we might see a Jordan Clarkson move. And honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Jordan Clarkson for an expired. There's a hair on my mic again. What? No, just kidding. Whatever that was. There's a hair on my mic. But anyways, Jordan Clarkson probably is gone, and we'll see what the Jazz can get for him. But if they can get any sort of anything for Jordan Clarkson, that will be a win, because what I think you need to do is you got to start thinking about getting minutes for guys like Jared Butler. Now, Jordan Clarkson had a really nice night tonight, a really nice night. But I just think the consistency is just not there enough, and the defense is not there. Now, plus 18, these are the nights where you're like, man, Jordan Clarkson really makes a difference on some of these nights. You know, it's just hard to find minutes for all these guys. I mean, Rudy Gay didn't even play tonight. which is interesting. I don't know if I really missed Rudy Gay when you got Eric Paschall. But I kind of feel like, you know what? Maybe you see what you can get for Bojan Bogdanovic. You know, if you feel more comfortable putting in Eric Paschall and then you have Rudy Gay backing up Paschall, that's better defense. And then you just have more possessions in Donovan Mitchell and Mike Conley's hands. And to me, that's an interesting idea. You know, and then you have Trent Forrest backing up. You've got good defense. That's like good perimeter defense. Royce O'Neal, solid perimeter defender. That might be good enough. We shall see. Jordan Besserell, Jordan the GOAT Besserell. Doke's effort is contagious. Hassan is on autopilot. I agree. Doke was fantastic. And I think we're seeing Doke, the rise of Doke. Doke 2, the rise of Doke. We saw the first movie, Doke 1, ended in 2 bad ankle injuries. Doke 2, the rise of Doke. Looking a lot like Terminator 2. Better overall film. I like it. Ezekiel Raisibe, member for 12 months. Ezekiel, you've been here for 12 months, man. I love you, Ezekiel. I hope that Ezekiel, a good man, by the way, does what's right. No matter what, Ezekiel stands up for what's right. Down under in Australia. We need more men like Ezekiel out there. Do you think if we give up Bojan and Clarkson that we're giving up too much of our offense? I don't think so. I think that the Doke Knight rises. Well done. Hall of Fame, Robert. Do you think we're giving up too much offense? I think that is, I'm going to steal that, by the way, Robert. That's like, whoosh, as they say in Argentina, whoosh, stolen. But anyways, it's a good question. I think we've learned that the Jazz might have been overkill on offense. Like, we've had the number one offense, even through these, like, bad stretches. The Jazz have had good offense. And, like, what have we gotten out of it, you know? I think you can give up some offense and replace it with defense. Honestly, like, it'll be interesting to see what happens at trade deadline. It might be crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if I was Danny Ainge, and one reason I like Danny Ainge is it seems like he's ready to make that big move. I would trade Bojan, I would trade Clarkson, I would trade Ingles' contract, and I would see what we could get. You know, there's teams out there that want shooting, you know, and can you get draft capital that you can use in this upcoming offseason to, like, retool? Can you go get someone that's a better defender? Can you go trade Bojan for Eric Gordon and have Gordon be your backup guard? Can you go, I don't know, we'll see. Can you go get PJ Washington or whatever his name is from Charlotte? You know, there's guys out there, and that might be something they'd be willing to look at. I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to suggest it. We might have people unsubscribe on the spot. But would you trade Bojan for Gordon Hayward? And I know Gordon turned his ankle, but would you trade Bojan Bogdanovic for Gordon Hayward straight up? Is that something you do? Question. Have I offended all of you? I've probably offended every single one of you with that question. But I don't know. There's things out there, and there's ideas, and there's possibilities. Here's another thought. Would you trade Bojan Bogdanovic, take the protection off of your 2024 pick to the Thunder, and go get what's his name? Dort. We could have Doke and Dort on the same team. Doke and Dort. What would you think? I would like that. And then you could have Dort starting as the power forward, and then you are just like, you've got your beast on your beast on defense. You're athletic. You're big. You're ferocious. It's fantastic. So, yes, I think Furby. Sorry, Furby. I'm not allowing that comment. That comment's not getting through. But anyways, that's just a thought. Food for thought. Just something to think. But anyways, I don't know, guys. This was a fun win. I had a lot of fun watching this. It was like one of those games where it could have gone two different ways, and I think they really changed their things. Guys, I would do a lot of things to get Lou Dort on this Jazz team. There's a lot of things, but here's a thought. Here's a thought. Okay, so the Jazz have to give their first round pick to the Memphis Grizzlies this year. It's top 6 protected. So the only way the Jazz get their pick is if they go to top 6. They are not going to do that. So this pick this year is going to Memphis. but because it hasn't conveyed yet, technically, because the season's not over, they can't trade it. Or they can't, I don't know. I don't know all the rules completely. Anyways, basically the Jazz kind of have to wait for this pick to convey to be able to do some other picks. They have their pick that's going in 2024 to the Oklahoma City Thunder, and that also has protections on it. Now, Utah could probably trade their the pick next year, the 2023, but they can't because they have to have the pick from Memphis convey. Now, if someone's in the chat that's a big-time cap person, let me know if I'm off, but I believe that's how it goes. Give or more or less, I believe that's what they can do. So what the Jazz can do this offseason is they can trade the number 23, the 2023 pick. Interestingly, it might be around pick number 23, just to make this more confusing, and maybe do something this offseason to go make a trade of some sort. But I'm kind of more in the camp of just make your picks and then trade those guys later if you want to, but just make good picks. But 2024 is to Oklahoma City. Now, I want Dort now. Wouldn't all of us like Lou Dort on the Jazz now? I would. So maybe you can go to Oklahoma City and you can do a salary dump or something like that. And then say, hey, Oklahoma City, remember that pick we gave to you in 2024? Let's take the protections off of it so you get it no matter what. Because Utah will likely not convey that pick in 2024, right? That's why a lot of people are talking about giving like the 2025 or the 2026 pick, because that's the first time it is like 100% it will be available to trade. This is getting crazy boring for anyone who's watching, probably. But anyways, you could probably do something where you say, let's take the protections off the 2024. Let's make that fully unprotected. Let's give you another pick, and let's take Lou Dort, and you now have 2 first-round picks for Lou Dort, technically, like a pick and a half, kind of. And you have Lou Dort. And now you have your monster on defense, you know? Just a thought. Just kind of something to think about. And OKC might be willing to think about something like that. I don't know. They might. But anyways, that's something I would love to see. Lou Dort is like my pick for, like, if I could get anyone. If your starting unit is like Donovan Mitchell, Mike Conley, Royce O'Neal, Lou Dort, and Rudy Gobert. Oh, mama. Oh, mama. Oh. That's my dream. And then you have like Paschall and Gay backing up, and a little bit of Doke sprinkled in. A little Doke for your to make your night better. And then some Trent Forrest and some Jared Butler, and that's my happy place. Oh, Collins from ATL, Ezekiel brings up. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, John Collins. What I wouldn't do to get John Collins on the Jazz as our power forward. The things I would do. The things I would be willing to debase myself to have that happen. What do I got to do? What do I got to do? Anyways, the places this show goes, right? I want Harrison Barnes. Make it happen. Yeah, you know what? Also, we could just go get Harrison Barnes. Let's just go get Harrison Barnes. He'd be a really nice power forward. If you have like because he's just a better player than Bogey, by the way, guys. He's just a better player. Bogey's a better shooter. Harrison Barnes is just a better player. You go look at the different, like the things like Larry Nance. You're speaking my language. And guess what? Portland might be sellers. I would trade Bojan for Larry Nance. Because guess what? A lot of people, like a lot of the things you want with John Collins, Larry Nance is like, he's like great value John Collins, you know? If you can't get the Lucky Charms, because, you know, when you're growing up and your mom works at the grocery store, you can't always afford Lucky Charms. But guess what? You get the bag. And guess what the bag is? That's Larry Nance. That's Larry Nance. And the bag cereal, turns out, is pretty darn good. You know? The peanut butter cup cereal is better than Reese's Puffs. All right? I said it. This is where the hot takes come from. Right here. The bag is better than the box sometimes. And Larry Nance could do that. So I would also do that. Yes, Larry Nance is magically delicious. Yes, he is. He is. And plus, he's a weak side shot blocker that can back up Rudy Gobert. But the Jazz still need to improve their defense somehow. So we'll see what happens. We keep talking about getting guys like Josh Richardson, and I guess if they trade, the only way like Josh Richardson happens is if you're trading, I guess, Jordan Clarkson, because Quinn's minutes are rotations, like as we know. They are just, this is what they are. This is what they'll be forever. Set in stone. That's what they are. It was nice to see Jared Butler get some minutes. 4 minutes, though. But, hey, you'll take it. You'll take it. I don't know. Anyways, that's all I got to say tonight, guys. That was a lot of fun. Let's give a shout-out to our All-Stars tonight. I got to make sure. Let's reload this. Stalling. Let's pull this up. Guys, you guys are amazing, by the way. All of you guys are just freaking awesome. It just absolutely makes me happy to have all you guys a part of this show. Anyways, let's give a shout out. Looks like we've got some adjustments in the order, but let's give a shout out to Ryan Perry, the legend, Christian House Money DeHaas, Tyson Price, The Price is Right, Baby Elliott Matson, Zintas, X marks the spot, Jordan the Goat Bestro, Joshua Hansen, the Danish Destroyer, and one Anton Warren, Ezekiel Raisibe, the man from down under, JT Buckets Wardell, Austin R. Grant, editor extraordinaire, Eric C., the C stands for champion, Donald Schooley, schooling all of us, DW to CB, Dale Williams to Carlos Boozer, Jorge Arzaga, mi amigo de abajo, Lee Christensen driving the lane, Patrick Akubo, the connoisseur, Robert Hall of Fame, and DW Jazz going all the way. Maybe they will. I started to believe a tiny bit tonight, DW. I started to believe just a tiny bit. I got a typo in my shout-outs. I got to fix my shout-outs. Whatever that is. Daniel House Money, baby. Anyways, guys, if you haven't already, like and subscribe to the channel. If you're new here, especially, and if you're a regular listener, why not join the channel to support the Hoops Nerd channel? Things are going better. I had kind of a crazy month, really crazy at work, to be honest. Work was absolutely bonkers and crazy things going on, and it took a lot of my time. But things have cooled off. Things are looking better. I think I have more time. By the way, if you haven't already joined the NBA channel, subscribe to it. I would appreciate it because that's going to have more content going up, especially in the off season. I think I'm going to really lean into doing that NBA channel in the off season. It should be fun. But anyways, guys, like and subscribe to the channel. I will talk to you next time.